Hello and welcome to another episode of NFT Gems. I'm one of your hosts, Jacob Koch-Gallup, an NFT and investment analyst here at tokenmetrics.com, and I'm joined by Chase Allred.
Hey Jacob, good to see you. I'm an NFT specialist here at Token Metrics as well. Happy to have us both back on the show. How's your vacation?
I want to say maybe I had too much fun on my vacation. How was yours? Right?
Same.
Yeah, awesome. Well, we spend our hours and our days looking at NFTs, projects, protocols, etc. We have one protocol for you guys to look at here, and we're going to change up the style a little bit on today's episode. Rather than giving you 4 to 8 projects, we're just going to give you 2 projects, but do a much deeper dive in them. We can get started right away. Let me share my screen. And the first project I'm going to be talking about is MURI by Haus, MURI. MURI is a collection of 10,000 anime-inspired characters, each individually designed and made for the metaverse. It is created by Haus. We can take a look at Haus right here. So Haus is a project that was founded in 2021, which describes itself as a community of digital and physical art enthusiasts exploring the boundaries of what is possible with NFTs in Web3. Haus launched its Genesis collection of 7,777 Haus Phases NFTs on January 20th, 2022. These Haus Phase modules act as a key to future in-house projects, whether that's the upcoming Haus token, Haus events, programs, etc., whether they're future NFT drops, which this acts as a whitelist, etc.
It's similar to the recur passes I covered in last week's episode.
Exactly. Yeah, I think that's a common trend where projects don't just drop one collection. They try to have a whole ecosystem of NFTs under their belt. So they'll have their first Genesis, which gives you kind of the access to their ecosystem, to their metaverse in the future, to all their other NFT collections.
Right, exactly.
But yeah, what I graded so far, this is MURI. This scored an 82%. It's a profile picture, anime, manga kind of project. So this is a Japanese-inspired project that launched on March 13th, 2022, so just a couple weeks ago. It plans on launching a token usable in its ecosystem, releasing a print and digital version of its manga and anime, physical toys, and a fashion line. So we can now look at MURI's team. Very, very strong team. I had originally scored this a 10 out of 10 because there were 4 all-stars on their team. However, after doing a lot of research, asking in the Discord, et cetera, I just could not find any of them. They're not doxed, and those that are doxed, they have common names. And when I looked it up, I wasn't sure if it was the same person. I just really couldn't find the team. It's not a public-facing team, so that made it score an 8.5 instead. I deducted 1.5 points because we don't love an undoxed or anonymous team, because obviously they can get away with being a rug pull. But besides that, let's look at what they do say. So we have the founder, Asa, ex-Apple, Mountain Dew tech startups. They said that they had past experience as a tech engineer in the cyber hacking space. They own their own design agency, and as you can see, they worked for Apple and Mountain Dew. They're joined by their co-founder, Matt Paul, who's also the director of engineering and their lead developer at Amazon Web Services. Their 3D designer and director of HR is MAR10, who's designed projects for Huawei, Nespresso, Hey, and IKEA. We can go down here and look at Mark Renee, who's their illustrator, and they've done work for Disney and Cartoon Network. And as you can see, they said they started off as a team, and then they added more talent, including Disney artists. So that's Mark Renee right there.
I see a member of ASAP Rocky, ASAP Mob.
Yeah.
Fame. Yeah, that's cool. That's
exactly.
Cool. Actually, I think I'm familiar with Ilya.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, continue.
Awesome. Well, that's good to know. And then we have 2 other that stood out. They're producers and engineer of sounds. We have J Jack, who's worked with Ty Dolla $ign, Nicki Minaj, and has a Billboard #1 hit, as well as Power, who's worked with Juice WRLD, Rich the Kid, and Lil Wayne. So definitely a strong team. lots of all-stars, however, not doxed. There was no information about it. They're the ones that are doxed with these names. We don't know if those are actually their names. I'm assuming they are, but I couldn't find them anywhere. And if I did, I wasn't 100% sure that that's who it was. So that's something very important to keep note. Now we can look at the utility or the roadmap of MURI, what's in store. So first, they want to launch a token. So MURI holders will get access to this token, and they plan to integrate this token as the currency to either further purchase physical pieces or as an in-game currency, just something that they can use kind of to bootstrap and charge their ecosystem or their metaverse. Next, you can see they're having the MURI anime, where every important NFT character will be used and shown in the MURI, and as well as every NFT character that changes as long as the anime is released, that the metadata will also get updated and change your NFT character, which I thought was super cool. We can take a quick look at the anime. This is their first edition that they've posted so far. Your typical manga. I'm not super into this, but seems pretty cool. And I love the aspect of your NFT's metadata changing while the story changes as well, so that it makes it much more interactive. They're also going to launch physical toys. Since Haus is a phygital brand, physical digital, they plan on releasing high quality models of each MURI character that play a main part in the story. And they say there's only going to be a low quantity of these, and they're handmade. And then we can also see the fashion line. They're going to be offering free merchandise for MURI holders, as well as they call it a physical craft line, where each avatar you can create has craftable traits, or the holder can redeem and craft their own physical version of it. They plan on doing a custom 3D rig, which is used in Zoom meetings, metaverses, virtual reality, etc. Also, on this fashion line, they plan on, they just recently partnered with Revenge X Storm, which is a popular fashion brand. They've done work with Vans. And they plan on making sneakers made for walking in the Night City or the MURI metaverse. And that's all great. I think all of this, we love to see utility and value add to NFT holders, but definitely seems like a lot of over promising. And we want to make sure that you understand, and maybe they understand, that it's hard to, yes, you have a strong team, you have these promises, but some parts, as we can see the token, it says launching the token is planned in Q1. Hasn't happened yet. Fashion line, some parts will be delivered in Q1. Hasn't happened yet. So they might be over promising and under delivering. We do like it when it's more streamlined and focused on maybe one thing, just physical toys, just the anime, and then down the line in 2 to 3 years add this, or maybe a year. But they are promising a lot, so that was a little bit of a red flag. However, with such a big team and quality team, we're pretty sure they can get that done. This minted on March 13th, as I said earlier, with a Dutch auction with a starting price of 0.3 ETH, and it sold out pretty quickly. The current floor price is 0.688 with 12.3 thousand ETH volume traded. Scored an 82%, so that is one of our higher scoring projects. Really big community with 90,000 followers on Twitter, 62,000 members in its Discord. Team, like I said, very solid, but got deducted some points. Really high in utility. Innovation, not so much, because we've seen many other projects promise the exact same thing. We've seen other anime projects like Azuki, so it's not super innovative. It's not the first to do all of this, but it's promising. Decent smart money, decent liquidity, because it just minted. So definitely a project to look out for. But as I noted, it overpromised. If it seems too good to be true, it might. They're promising a lot, and the team members seem very good, but they're not doxed, and they haven't kind of shown that they can fulfill their roadmap. So keep that in mind, but definitely a cool project that I'm looking forward to seeing them actually execute. And we can move right along to Chase. He has an NFT protocol, NFT project to show us.
Yep. Yeah, thanks, Jacob. That was a really cool project. As you said, the roadmap was definitely aggressive. There are times when I like to see an almost more conservative approach taken to the roadmap. So instead of everything coming out in Q1. Maybe it's Q1 and then Q2 and then Q3. One, because it shows a sense of realism, and two, because it shows a longer term commitment to the project. We know if your roadmap is going through the end of 2022 at a minimum, then you're probably planning on sticking around with this project for, at least a year, which is kind of eons in the NFT space. But
we
it's
don't
definitely
want
something we like to see as a.
Yeah, we don't want project and founders to promise all of this, say it's all going to happen in Q1. They make all their money and they dip. We want them to be invested in the project for the long term, whether it's 2 to 3 years. If they're actually wants to create like a multi-billion-dollar brand, the toys need to come out and they need to be the highest quality. The anime needs to be one of the most intriguing anime and manga to come. Otherwise, there's so much competition in this space. They're just gonna die.
Yeah. All right. So moving on to Lost Worlds. Lost Worlds is the first Avalanche NFT project I've reviewed, NFT protocol. They are a yield-generating, location-based NFT platform. What that means is you will be able to go to locations all over the world and mint these NFTs if you are in that specific area. So you can almost think of it as like a Pokemon Go. You'll download their mobile dApp, so an iOS application that you purchase on the App Store. You download it and you go to the Louvre in Paris, the Empire State Building, or maybe you're at a conference at a summit and there's there's an NFT by the hot dog stand, an NFT by the stage, and an NFT by the cafeteria. This, that, and the other. A lot of really interesting real world utilities. And on top of that, you will be able to earn yield on these NFTs if you are staking their lost tokens. So you have to stake a minimum of 10 lost tokens, which is gets you the bronze tier level projects. If you stake 100 tokens, you'll get silver tier, in which you'll be able to mint silver tier projects and you'll have access to other platform rewards. And if you're gold tier, you will mint the gold level NFTs and achievements, and you'll have access to the DAO that Lost Worlds is building into the future so that they can truly become decentralized. So if you could go to the Explore page, Jacob, if you don't mind. Lost Worlds actually launched this week at the Avalanche Summit. So as I was mentioning, you would be able to go to different parts of this summit and mint an NFT in each individual location. So as you can see, all these NFTs have been minted out thus far. There's some at the Krabata booth. There's some at the tent. There's some at the garden. And additionally, these NFTs had other utilities on top of just being able to earn yield and potentially be sold in the secondhand marketplace. Some of these NFTs at the specific summit got you access to an event later in the day. There was a Lost Worlds boat party that you were able to attend. See, there it is right there, the boat party ticket that you could get from the tent. So 70 people were able to go on a boat today, purely just for finding this NFT, for downloading the app, and for minting. Different incentives that are available for people who mint. There is a dividend on every mint. It's what's called a minter dividend or a mint dividend. So once you have minted, say you're the 1,000th person to mint, and there's 4,000 left to be minted, you'll receive a dividend on each one of those mints after they take place. What I'm seeing right now is a lot of the mints are going to cost about 2 AVAX, and then you will earn some percent of a royalty on each mint after the fact. There's also minter and creator royalties. So Lost Worlds not only will be developing their own NFT projects that they own internally. So these projects that were minted at the Avalanche Summit, they outsourced the art, but they actually control the NFTs internally. They're building an internal SDK and dev tool so that any project could come on and have their own location-based minting service. So if I'm Trader Joe, the Avalanche DApp, and I'm having my conference, I can create a location-based NFT for that conference and have it as a memorable part of being there. Or I could be Disney World, and I could have the haunted, the Epcot NFT, and all these other NFTs that mark the special locations across Disney World. So anyone will be able to come and build on this platform, which is another thing that will help it achieve network effects. So minter and creator royalties are involved. When you mint an NFT from a location, you earn the right to a royalty. And then once you have sold said NFT, you activate that royalty. So each time it's sold after the fact, the minter will earn some amount of royalty. The team was pretty solid. Interestingly enough, the most reputable team member was the only one that is not doxed. He's known as the architect. He is a former machine learning specialist at IBM and a Web3 Solidity developer. He is one of the co-founders, along with the CEO, who spent 10 years at ad agencies working with brands such as L'Oreal, P&G, Procter & Gamble, and Aetna. And then the head of product worked as a full stack engineer for Celtra for brands like Unilever and TripAdvisor. Lost Worlds is taking a 10% commission for each project that chooses to drop on the platform. Thus far, they do not have any individual projects. Again, they're just launching now, basically, while this Avalanche Summit is going on. Their next big projects will be again owned by the Lost Worlds team, but they outsource the artwork to independent artists through the founders networks. So they have the Continents Mint coming on April 4th. This is going to be simply an NFT that can be minted on each continent. Once you have collected all 7, you'll be rewarded with a rare globe NFT. These will cost 2 AVAX a piece to mint. Some of you might be wondering, what about Antarctica? So they're leaving out 250.
Sorry, the peach got me. Go on. Wait, I have a quick question though. So yeah. In order to mint these continent, you have to go to each of these places, right? You can't just. Is that correct?
Correct.
I know you were mentioning you have to go to Paris, New York City in order to get each continent.
Right. To mint. There will be a secondary marketplace. As you can see, the marketplace and on the screen there, it's grayed out currently. There will be a Lost World secondary marketplace where you can purchase any NFT and you can finish off your collection. Back to Antarctica. There will be 250 Antarctica NFTs that will be given out to people who the team feels has strongly contributed, made a good contribution to the Avalanche community. And then next is the Portals NFT, which is dropping on April the 7th, though just 3 days later, also made by the Lost Worlds team. And that's featuring major world landmarks, including the Empire State Building, Golden Gate Bridge, the Gardens by the Bay in Singapore, the Louvre in Paris, as I mentioned, and there's 8 in total. So there's a few more. But again, really cool project, really interesting how they're using this location-based status. I really am bullish on it for this initial use case that they rolled out at the Avalanche Summit and allowing people to come home with special memories of these events. Not only that, currently they're just supporting artworks. You'll eventually be able to support music and video, art and fashion NFTs, gaming collectibles and avatars. These can be tickets, fundraisers to events, any of these things. So, be on the lookout for Lost Worlds. You can download the app soon. You could purchase the Lost token, not financial advice. If you like the project, you can purchase the Lost token to support the project, or you can also purchase one of these NFTs or go on a trip and mint one of the NFTs in the Louvre. Either one works.
Yeah, it's awesome. It kind of reminds me of POAP, proof of attendance protocol. I'm pretty sure that's what it stands for. But I've gone to a couple concerts and some NFT events, and they give you it. It's kind of a free I was here NFT, and I think that's a little similar, except they're adding more utility. Obviously, it's yield generating, and it's more than just kind of an art to show that you attended whatever event that is. But yeah, it definitely seems awesome. I can't wait to see kind of when independent projects launch collections on Lost Worlds and post it on their marketplace.
Yeah, that's the key for Lost Worlds here is, can they attract independent developers?
Exactly. Well, anything else you got to add?
No, I think that's it. Like and subscribe.
All right, awesome. Thank you all for watching. If you liked this new method we're doing, where we're kind of doing 2 deep dives into 2 projects rather than rapid fire, let us know in the comments. Or if you prefer the rapid fire and you want to hear more projects, just shorter time, also let us know. Let us know what NFTs on what chains you want us to look at, and make sure to comment down below any other suggestions. Make sure to like this video if you made it this far through the video. Definitely like it. Definitely go down and give Token Metrics a subscribe. Check us out both on Twitter. Our Twitter accounts are linked in the bio for more NFT alpha. And stay tuned, and we'll see you next week. Thanks, everyone.
Bye, everyone.